Welcome to Life Reframe Podcast KE. This is the LLM series where we talk about love, life, and mental health. There's nothing too big to crack in life, so how about we do it together? Welcome to Life Reframe Podcast KE. This is your host Njumbi Gishahi. I am super excited to be shooting the first episode of the LLM series, which is all about love, life, and mental health. For my new subscribers and followers, thank you for following this channel. I hope it will be insightful and of great help to you. And also to my returning subscribers, karibuni sana, and thank you for always keeping it locked. So now, today, I want us to talk about feeling lost. And I'm pretty sure this is not a new term because every person in this world has at some point in time felt lost. You know, we have gotten to a point where we don't really know what sense of direction we have. And you know, when people say they feel lost, it could mean a number of things. It could mean that they feel aimless in their job or personal life. It could mean that they don't feel like they have anything purposeful to work towards. It could mean that they feel physically and emotionally distant and alone. So feeling lost isn't an uncommon feeling. Understanding which areas of our lives that we are feeling lost in and why we are feeling lost isn't also so straightforward. So it can often be confusing and feel like a jumbled mess of little bits of everything. And so when you feel lost, you don't know what to do, how to feel, and which direction to lead yourself. When feeling lost, we tend to question every aspect of our lives, spiraling us out of control, and people who feel lost often take one small setback or problem and extend it to other areas. In that process, we call it catastrophizing. And that's why what starts as a minor problem grows big very quickly. And as I said, though most people don't talk about it, it's a feeling that many people get. And you might feel like you don't know what the next step of life is. You might feel helpless, emotionally numb, or like you've lost your spark. And many things can make you feel lost. Yeah? And I would love us to look at some of those things so that we are able to identify what are these things that are making us feel like we're in this space of confusion. You don't know where right or left is. You don't know who to turn to. You know, sometimes you sit there and you're so blank and a day could pass you by, yet you have so much to do, but you can't even find the energy within you to do it. There are so many things that are, crisscrossing your mind and you cannot make a decision to follow just that one. That is the sense of feeling lost. Feeling lost is a feeling of like you're alone in those problems, even when you're surrounded with people. Feeling lost is you could have solutions around you, but you cannot be able to pick up just one. You don't know which sense of direction to take. You don't know who to turn to. You don't know who might understand you or get what you're feeling. And that can be a very crippling feeling because sometimes you have even the potential to solving that problem, but the solutions around you don't make sense. You feel like you are just by yourself. So I would love us to look at some of the things that could be making you feel like you are lost or what could put you in that space of helplessness, hopelessness, and lack of the sense of direction. And so that we can end up finding solutions to getting ourselves out of those spaces. And so we can be, more fruitful people, more productive people, and even just get to appreciate life for the very least of it, right? So some of the reasons that may make you feel lost is life changes, Major life changes such as moving or starting a new job can have you feeling lost because you may not know your way around or you have a routine, you don't have any friends yet, And you see, some people have to start off a new life, not because of their own will, but because of circumstances, and it can get you feeling lost. You lack the sense of structure, and you lack the sense of direction in being able to settle into that space. So that could be one of the things that can actually make you feel like, I'm lost. I don't know what to do. This environment is new. This new job is a bit tough. My bosses are not giving me a break. It's so hard out here. I don't know what to do. The targets are coming in every single day. I don't have enough skills to get me to, maybe get to those targets. And it can get you feeling lost. And you see, sometimes a change is as good as a rest. We might not know why we're feeling lost in that, but with time, when you get to acclimatize into the environment, you get to appreciate why you had to go through that. But that is one of the reasons why you could feel lost. Another one is loss of a loved one. Guys, this one is so hard to emphasize because grief is a very deep-rooted thing. And the death of a loved one or the loss of an important relationship in your life can also leave you feeling shocked, sad, angry, and lost. And there may be aspects of your life or identity that involve the person you lost, and you may wonder how to do things in your own or move forward without them. I think this one I'll speak a bit more because there are people who are in very long-term relationships and they saw a marriage and they saw a future with this person, but things happened and they are not with that person anymore. They broke off when they had just engaged. You can feel lost. You can feel confused. You wonder, how have I been able to put in all this effort in a relationship that did not end up giving me anything? Am I such a bad person? Like, did I deserve to go through all that just so that I can maybe, quote unquote, learn a lesson? Or I don't know. And it can keep you feeling lost. It can even leave you shocked because some of these things you don't even see them coming. Someone told you how much they loved you, they cared for you, and the next thing they're probably, planning a wedding with someone else. They are pregnant with someone else. They are doing things with other people. Like, I think you saw on social media a couple who where the wife had been pregnant before, or the girlfriend was pregnant, and then when they broke off, the second girl who got pregnant had everything that the first girl wanted. You could feel lost because you'll keep questioning yourself, like, what is it that you're doing wrong? Where did you go wrong? What is it that you've done that is not really, why is the math not mathing? And that can leave you very lost. There are people who've lost literally through death, their loved ones. This could be your partner, and now you have 5 kids, 4 kids. You are by yourself. Your family and friends, after mourning, they've now left you because they have to go back to their normal lives. And now you are there by yourself, alone, and the love of your life is not by your side. You could feel lost. It can hurt you. It can take you to the pits. It can drag you to depression because there's a part of us that gets a dwelling in the other person, and that's why there's that intense love, intense care when you have these people. Others have lost their parents or their caregivers or people who are really, really close to them as friends or siblings. And sometimes you're crippled to moving on and you're like, I'm so lost. I don't know what to do how to do life without this person. And unfortunately, when you're going through all this kind of loss, you only have to go through this by yourself. You have to grieve it by yourself. You have to feel all the terrible and nasty emotions by yourself so that you can come out to the light, so that you can get out to that space of denial and now start to accept, But that's one of the reasons that can get you feeling lost. And you see, losing someone is a bit deeper because our emotions are really strong. Love is a very strong emotion. Some people have had friendships that they trusted these people, that they depended on them and they knew this was going to work. This was the best friendship, their sisterhood. But they lost those people. Why? Because of circumstances. And sometimes you're angry because you're wondering, why is this happening? You try to get the answers, but you still can't find them. And you see, that can really leave you lost because you have to question yourself, you have to question your integrity, you have to question your confidence, your self-esteem, everything, wondering why things are happening the way they are. And that's another reason of why you may feel lost. And I feel like majority of people are here because it's also very hard to maintain quite long relationships, especially in this new age. But don't worry, hang in there. Loss is part of growth, Sometimes you have to lose something so that you can grow. Sometimes you have to lose that friendship, that relationship, so that you could grow. However hard that feels or sounds, you have to deal with that. Another reason that you may feel lost is setbacks. Experiencing a major setback such as losing a job or a business or being diagnosed with a health condition can cause you to grieve and feel lost. We have seen so many people in the last couple of years lose their job. Like from COVID, it's been so hard for majority of the people. People are living hand to mouth. You wake up in the morning and you are thinking, oh my goodness, so how is this day going to pan out for me? I have been tamaking all these days, going office to office, seeking a job. No one is opening up their doors for me. Everyone is telling me that they'll get back to me and no one ever gets back to me. I am lost because I need to pay my rent. I need to feed my family, And worst case scenario, someone gets sick and you have medical bills to pay and you don't know who to turn to because your friends and your family can only lend you money to a certain point. They can only do it to a certain point. It gets to a point where they start thinking or feeling like, hey, this is too much. We can't do it anymore. Or we don't even have enough because life is literally hard for everyone. So it can leave you lost, feeling lost. Especially men right now, they are struggling. A man wakes up in the morning and all they're thinking about is bills, 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 and family. They want to take care of their family, their wives, their kids, but they don't even know where to start because they lost their job. And now seeking just these vibaruas is so hard because who is even there to employ you? And if you get someone, they are underpaying you, not because they want to, but because they don't have much to pay you. So you either settle for that less or you just go without. And that situation can leave you lost. And so many men are getting into depression. They are falling into depression. Many are getting anxiety and panic attacks over time. Many are dying. Suicide cases are rising because you are lost. You don't know where to go. You are a single mom. You have your 3 kids. You are raising them by yourself and your job is kaput. So how are you supposed to handle that situation? You will feel lost. Sometimes umefungiwa nyumba, you're sleeping outside. Sometimes your kid doesn't have anything to eat. Sometimes you don't even have clothes. Your shoe is so torn. But that is like the least of your concerns because you're so lost in your thoughts in trying to handle how will I handle this? How do I get by this day? You call your friends and you seek them for some cash. Some will not even give you because you've probably asked them for so many times. Na hujairudisha hiyo pesa, not because you're a bad person, but because you don't have that money to return back to them. And you're just trying to live a day at a time. You've opened up your business. We just saw the other day this lady who opened up her game hub and it was doing quite well. She has invested. Gaming stuff is expensive. Anyone who knows gaming stuff is expensive, they can understand what I'm saying. Gaming stuff is expensive. And then you wake up one day, go to your job, and you find that all your TVs are gone, or your screens rather are gone. All your pads, all your gaming, oh my God. Tell me you will not go crazy. Tell me you will not feel lost. After maybe investing or saving up for years and years, you will definitely feel lost, Or let's assume diagnosed with a health condition. So you find that this is a loved one in your family, probably a parent or a sibling, and now they've been diagnosed with one of these terrible illnesses. Let's give an example like cancer or diabetes or kidney failure. All these things keep sucking in your money every single day. And it gets to a point where even you as a family, you are lost because you're like, okay, I really want to help my family, but I don't even know what to do. I don't have the money anymore. We have sold all the land. We have sold all our property, and this person is not going to get any better. Yet you don't also want to give up on them and just be like, you know what, you go ahead. You can feel lost. Another reason that can get you feeling lost is lack of a support system. Having close friends or family members in your life can help you feel grounded. And without a support system, it's easy to feel lonely, isolated, and lost. Sometimes there are things you go through, like I mentioned, the single moms, who are going through raising children by themselves. If your partner was there and this baby is crying, maybe you could be alternating throughout the night who is going to take care of the baby. Sometimes you want to just go out and have a breather, because you are tired. But you never get that support system. You're always locked in the house with the kids, with everything that's just in that in that four-walled room. And it gets you feeling lost. You lose yourself. You don't know who you are anymore. You don't know where to head to. You don't know who to turn to. But if you have close friends who maybe come by, they cheer you up, family members who tell you, it's okay, you can bring the baby home and you can go and rest at least for a weekend or something, it can easen up. But without that, you are going to feel lost. And I can say this because currently life with this inflation, it's crazy. It's so hard for you to do life by yourself, especially if you have to survive. It's so hard. You need a support system. Hata kama you guys are not giving each other money, sometimes you just want someone to give you that hope that everything is going to be fine. Everything is going to go back to normal. Just relax. I'm here for you. Such kind of words, and lack of that can make you feel lost because you don't even know whether whatever you're doing is right or wrong. So you end up feeling lonely, isolated, and lost. Another reason is disruptions to your routine. A fixed routine helps promote stability and gives you a sense of calm, comfort, and confidence, but disruptions to your routines can leave you lost and struggling to find your footing. So let's assume you are used to, doing things a certain way, and now you've gotten a job that requires you to wake up at 4 in the morning, you have to be back at home by 10, and you are so exhausted that there's no way, the routine that you were used to is now disoriented, and you feel like, I can't do this anymore. I'm so lost in this. I was used to this kind of lifestyle, but then now life has gongaed us so bad that we have to go back to maybe a house. And now there, you don't have a self-contained room. No, you have to go share bathrooms, share toilets, and that disruption to your routine can really, really mess you up. Let's say you are used to having your car, but then with this inflation, you decide to sell it because what use is it? Because you are struggling in debt, in just seeking a footing. So you end up just selling it and just having to go back to matatus and everything. That can disrupt you and it can make you feel lost. It can make you even feel like you are taking your life backwards instead of moving forward. Another thing that can get you feeling lost is important decisions. If you have an important or life-changing decision ahead of you, you may feel overwhelmed by your thoughts and emotions and unsure of what to do, which can cause you to feel lost. Let's say you've been in this toxic relationship for such a long time and you've been contemplating day in, day out, month in, month out, year in, year out, on whether to leave or not, when to leave, and you don't even know what to do. But every time you want to make that decision, there's so many things that just counter you and you feel like you are in such a helpless situation to live in that situation. You're in this toxic job and you're thinking, I need to leave this job ASAP. But then when you try thinking of leaving, it's like there's these constraints that are holding you back and making you feel or second guess your decision. So when you're making such important decisions, it can make you feel overwhelmed and lost. You have toxic family or friends and you want to leave them, but then you don't know how to just do it and just be like, I'm done with this, I'm out. That can make you feel lost. It can also make you start blaming yourself or make you question, are you a good person? Why are you making these decisions? Is there a better route? Like, if I stayed, was there hope at the end of the tunnel? So those are things that can actually make you feel lost. Another thing is societal pressure. Sometimes people's expectations can put pressure on you, which can cause you to experience a disconnect between what you want to do and what you think you're expected to do. And that situation can be challenging and cause you to feel lost. You go on social media, you see your friends have bought cars, others have built, others have gotten promotions to their good jobs, others have gotten married, another one is engaged, another one got a baby. And you're just there wondering, when is my time? Every relationship you're getting into, it's a toxic relationship. Every job that you're trying to get to is underpaying you. You're wondering, I'm 30 years old, menopause is coming in 5 years. I don't have a baby yet. I'm not in a situation where I can settle, and you feel all this pressure because you go home, your mom is looking at you like, when are you bringing a grandchild? You go to your aunties, to the society, your friends, neighbors, everyone. They're wondering, when are you going to bring someone home? Mbona unachelewa? Your time is running out, especially for women. That biological clock is made to be, this big thing that your life is like at a standstill if you're not in line with the timelines that society has placed on you. And so that can make you feel lost because you start thinking, hey, am I doing something wrong? Is it me the problem, or is it other people? Like, why am I not getting there? You've been doing this business for such a long time. Unaona tu watu wengine their businesses just opened the other day and now they are hitting followings, and sales are hitting the roof, and you're there wondering, what am I missing? Societal pressure is what is killing majority of people right now. People are trying to emulate others in the way they're living. People are trying to live like other people, and in the process they're hurting themselves because we cannot always be the same. Not everyone's lane or path is the same. Not everyone has the same resources, the same environment, circumstances, factors affecting us. So societal pressure, oh my goodness, that one is a major one. And I feel like many people need to cut themselves some slack. Otherwise, you will be lost for a very long time. You will be questioning your life. You will be feeling like this useless piece of human. Another thing that can get you feeling lost is suppressed emotions. Experiencing your feelings, whether positive or negative, they help you keep you in the present. However, suppressing your feelings and refusing to acknowledge them can cause you to feel lost and disconnected from yourself. So you have been angry at these people for such a long time, but you don't want to say it or speak it out because, you probably don't want them to leave you. So you're there feeling resentful, feeling angry, and lost in how to address this issue. So you keep suppressing this emotion, you keep suppressing them, and it gets to a point where you can't take it anymore. And so what happens when it gets to that point? You burst out, and it never ends well. And it's because you've been feeling lost in that emotion, just wondering, what is this thing that I'm feeling, and how do I address it? And in the lostness of it, and you suppressing instead of vocalizing how you're feeling, it ends up being something really bad. So those are some of the things that can actually get you feeling so lost. And I totally resonate with majority of these things. I have experienced some of them. There are some that I'm experiencing right now. But you know what, guys? There's always hope at the end of the tunnel. But before we get to the hope at the end of the tunnel, maybe we could dive into some of these signs that can make you know that you're actually lost, and then you can catch yourself in it, right? One, you're constantly questioning your choices. First of all, let's talk about something we've all been through, questioning our decisions. According to psychology, a major sign that you're feeling lost is a constant sense of doubt about the choices you've made. And this is not just about deciding what to eat for dinner, but also the bigger life decisions like your career path, relationships, where you live. And it's perfectly normal to question yourself from time to time. But when these doubts start creeping into every decision that you make, big or small, it might be a signal that you're feeling lost. And the core of this issue is uncertainty about your own judgment. And you might find yourself overanalyzing past decision, wondering whether you made the right call, or worrying about the future choices. And you see, that can get you to a very lost space. Sometimes you need to know that making mistakes is normal part of life, and they help us figure out what we need to change and how to do things better. So yeah, when you feel like you're questioning your decisions every time, was I supposed to leave that relationship? Was I supposed to leave that job? Should I have left that friendship? Was I supposed to make this business decision? You are probably not able to analyze it well. But when you see that from that one problem, it's seeping into other decisions that you're making, where you now cannot make a decision on what to eat. Now you can't make a decision on what to wear, what to watch, those small things, you start realizing that you're actually lost. Another sign that you could know that you're lost is you're feeling unfulfilled. And this one hits close to home for me because, there's a time in my life where, when you have everything in your life that's supposed to make you happy, a good job, a loving partner, a comfortable life, but despite all that, there's a nagging feeling of emptiness. And it feels like something is missing. So, as psychologists, we say that this feeling is that of unfulfillment, even when everything seems to be going well on the surface, is a common sign of feeling lost in life. It's like you're going through the emotions without truly experiencing or enjoying life. And this feeling of dissatisfaction often stems from a disconnect between your actions and your personal values and passions. And you might be successful in your career, but if it's not something you're passionate about, it can leave you feeling unfulfilled. So the key here is to identify what truly matters to you. For me, my passion for podcasting came in, and I really loved to do this. So it wasn't an easy decision because, first of all, I'm very shy. Many might disagree on that, but I'm very shy on audio, on video, especially. But slowly by slowly, I have appreciated doing this. So when you start feeling unfulfilled, try and understand, what is this that is making me feel unfulfilled? Because sometimes everything could seem like it's going well, but it's like nothing is going well. And when you see yourself in that space, just know that's a sign of feeling lost. Another thing is you're always tired. When you think of exhaustion, we always associate it with physical tiredness. But feeling lost in life often manifests itself as a persistent feeling of fatigue that isn't necessarily linked to physical exertion, And this constant weariness, even after getting a good night's sleep or rest, can be a sign that you're feeling emotionally or mentally drained. And it's your body's way of telling you that something is not right. So when you realize that even when you sleep and wake up, you're still tired, you still want to be in bed, you don't want to do so much, you just want to be in your blankies, curtains closed, and you don't want to do anything, that's one sign of you are feeling lost. And sometimes when we are more engaged and mindful, we often find that our energy levels start to improve because you're not just going through the motions, we are actually living more fully. And after all, being mindful means that you're focusing on the present moment, which can lower the stress and clear your mind. And that makes you feel less mentally drained. So when you feel like you're so tired, you don't want to do anything, you don't even want to go to the shop, and you're hungry, but just leaving the house feels like a whole sport, that could be a sign that you're actually feeling lost. So another thing is you are avoiding people. Oh my God, I am so guilty of this. And I don't know whether, are you finding yourself increasingly wanting to retreat into your own space? Like you just want to be away from the company of others. That could be a sign that you are feeling lost in life. And I know we all need some alone time, but when solitude becomes a preference or even a necessity, it might be time to look at why. There are those people who will say, yeah, I love my own company, I can enjoy my own company, but for how long? You can't enjoy your own company for the whole year by yourself. That there is a problem there. So it's possible that you're avoiding people because interacting with them reminds you of your own uncertainty or dissatisfactions. And this avoidance isn't just limited to physical interactions. You might find yourself withdrawing from social media, not wanting to see other people's posts because of their achievements or happy moments, because it deepens your sense of feeling lost and left behind. So what happens here is you try reaching out to others, so that you can understand and overcome these feelings. And it's okay to take time for yourself, but don't let that isolation become your comfort zone. Otherwise, you will be in that space and you will get to a depressive space, which is even worse. So how do we cope if we're feeling lost? We cannot be here just saying how lost we are, how depressed we feel, how sad and angry we are and, isolated. We need to come up with a conclusion. And so how do we cope with that feeling of feeling lost? Number one, you need to reflect on your needs. It can be helpful to spend a little time with yourself, asking yourself what's wrong and why are you feeling that way, and evaluate your needs and how those needs are being met by your choices and environment. If you're feeling like being on social media every time is triggering you and the path of things that you want to do, quit it for a while. Go back to the drawing board and write down the things that you expect of yourself. Try to understand, why are you feeling like this? What is it stemming from? Is it from that relationship that you never healed from? Is it from that friendship that you never healed from? Like, how do you get yourself out of that space? And when you're able to understand why you're feeling that way, you get to the root cause of the problem. And having a problem, then it's easier to find a solution. And if your environment is not making your feeling lost any better, change. Leave your environment. If the choices you're making is not helping you by feeling lost, if you're spending 3/4 of your day just drunk, drinking the whole day, drinking the whole night just to avoid that problem because you're feeling lost, you have to change your choices. When you're able to reflect on your needs, you're able to know how those needs are going to be met, and met in an environment that is calm and soothing for you, because that's what you need in a space where you're feeling lost. Another thing to cope with those feelings of feeling lost is look for growth opportunities. Think about the areas of your life that you'd like to change and how you can change things for the better. Though feeling lost is uncomfortable, consider it as an opportunity for personal, professional, and emotional growth. You've been lost, you don't want to leave your bed. Take that day of, I'll wake up at 6 in the morning, I'll take a jog, I'll work out. And just that one habit that you incorporate in that feeling of lostness, it will help clear your mind. It will help you, make you feel better. You'll feel better about yourself because you've been able to do something that's of good change. If you're feeling like the company of people that you're hanging around with is getting you lost even the more, because all you speak about is how depressive the country is. Oh, the economy is so high. There's inflation. There's World War III being planned. There's this, there's that. All these depressive conversations just get you feeling depressed. So look for those opportunities of growth. Look at what is going to help you grow professionally. There are so many platforms where you could get free courses. Just, boost yourself some skills with a free course. Emotional growth. Be able to speak. Go for therapy so that you're able to speak out all these feelings of lostness so that someone can help you get out of it. Another thing is concentrate on your priorities. Focus on your time and energy on your priorities and avoid external distractions. If you had set your time that I'll wake up in the morning, I'll do this, I'll do that, up to 12 midday, my day is packed, please focus on that. Let someone not call you and be like, hey, what are you doing? Can I come over? And, play FIFA the whole day. And all the things that you are planning to do, it's all gone. Now your focus has been shifted and you're back to feeling lost because after spending the whole day gaming, maybe you'll end up feeling like a piece of crap because there's nothing much you've added value to yourself. So concentrate on your priorities and avoid those external distractions. Another thing is take care of yourself. Make your own needs a priority and practice physical and emotional self-care. Physical self-care is really good because when you take care of your body, it's going to give back that same energy to you. If you're waking up and the first thing you want to do is, read the Bible and maybe it gives you that nourishment, and then you can go work out or jog around or, skip some rope. That kind of physical self-care is very important. And emotional self-care, involve yourself with people who are adding value to your life, who are making you feel as a better person, as opposed to feeling depressed and lost and, like things are not really working out for you. So when you practice that and you make your own needs a priority, over time you'll start realizing, oh, the feeling of lostness is really going, because you'll start engaging your mind by working on those things that you've set as priority. And they don't have to be big things. It can only be like, I'll be waking up early and ensuring that I've had my meals early as well. Maybe I'll be ensuring that I'm not out on the weekends up to this certain point. You start taking care of yourself. Another way to cope is practice meditation. Meditation and mindfulness exercises can help reduce your stress levels and ground you in the present moment. And for me, I don't meditate on all these other things that people say, and all those things. No, I like to meditate with the Word of God. I like to recite His promises, His good things, and just memorize the Word of God and just let God speak to me. That moment of silence just between me and God, where I'm not doing anything, I'm not on phone, I'm not speaking to my partner, my friends, or anyone. I'm just in a standstill moment, just, taking it all in, breathing in and out, just letting God, flow through me. If you do the other kinds of meditation, well, well and good. But for those who are Christians and would like to a good meditation and a good one, especially if you've been reading the Bible and there are all these promises that God has actually set out for us, if you meditate on His promises, on His faithful, unfailing word, that feeling of lostness will disappear. You will be shocked. Another thing is keeping a journal. Writing down your thoughts in a journal can help you become more aware of your feelings and motivations, and look for patterns between circumstances, behaviors, and the intensity of your feelings of being lost. When you're able to journal, you can keep track of when you felt how and what you did, so that you could feel better, or which days you actually felt better than the others. And that way, it will leave you accountable to your own feelings. When you start feeling lost, you'll be able to notice, oh, this week I haven't felt lost maybe for a couple of days, but maybe this week I actually was feeling lost a bit more. And keeping a journal and you read back at the things that were making you feel lost at that time, you'll be encouraged, because maybe you'll overcome some of those things and realize, oh, even whatever I'm going through right now, it will come to pass. Another thing that can help you cope with the feeling of being lost is say positive affirmations out loud. Positive affirmations can help boost your confidence and increase your sense of self-worth. And practicing saying them out loud to yourself every day just makes it even better. Imagine waking up in the morning and just saying your word of prayer, and then getting to the mirror and looking at yourself and saying, you can do this. Today is going to be a great day. And no matter how hard things are going to be, I will try and show up the best for myself. When you put out those positive affirmations, instead of waking up and being like, oh, now today is another day. Now what will I even eat for breakfast? Now where will I even get fare for going somewhere? What will I do for this? You'll realize when you start off your day in such negative energy, negative affirmations, it just makes your whole day feel terrible and dull and like helpless. Like there's nothing anyone can do to help or make your day feel better. But when you wake up with positive affirmations and even met someone who talked to you vibaya, you're like, please, I'm having the best day of my life, and I'm not allowing anyone to ruin it for me. I know I'm broke. I know I don't know what to do right now. I don't know which direction I'm going to head. I know I don't have a job. I know I don't know how to fend for my family. I know I don't have the answers to my life right now, but I'm going to hack through this day, at least this very day that I exist. So saying those positive affirmations out loud helps you boost your confidence. You start feeling good about yourself. You feel like you can do it, and there's an energy that surges out within you. And when I feel too like, yes, I can do this, however bad you feel like the day could have been for you. Another thing to cope with the lostness is distance yourself from unhealthy relationships. Oh my goodness, this one I will emphasize. Evaluate your relationships and distance yourself from unhealthy dynamics that do not serve you. Okay? Just focus only on the healthy, supportive relationships. When you're in a sense of lostness, all you need is support. You need a healthy relationship. You need something that is going to give you hope, that you can actually get through, you can make it. It's not all that bad. It's just a small moment or a small phase of or a season of your life, and everything will be fine later. But if you are with unhealthy relationships that will keep discouraging you and telling you, yeah, even me, I went through the same thing. I'm telling you, as we stayed 5 years or 10 years, and there's no sense of hope there. In any case, they just get you feeling so demoralized, down, and you don't even know where to look or where to go. So please focus on the healthy and supportive relationships. Look for those people who are going to help you figure out whatever is getting you to feel that lost. Another thing is maintaining a healthy routine. Maintain a daily routine with plenty of exercise, sufficient sleep, and a balanced diet. A healthy routine can help you feel more stable and in control. And also, seek support. When you're feeling overwhelmed, lost, or unable to cope on your own, it may be helpful to talk to a mental health provider like myself. I keep saying on my channel, I do offer pro bono services. I am a mental health advocate. I'm a psychological counseling student therapist. So you can come to me, Mr. Kulipisha, but I'll be there to help you maybe figure out what is making you feel lost. We look for the resources within you to get yourself out of that situation. And over time, you can go back to your productive self. So please seek support. There's so many support services out here, and some people can afford to pay. Those that can't afford to pay, again, I keep insisting, reach out to me. You need support when you're feeling lost so that you can be given maybe a sense of direction. Maybe someone is going to point out some of the things that are putting you in that space. And maybe when you work through them, you realize that it wasn't all that bad. Okay? So, feeling lost is a wonderful state. It's not always that bad because it helps you open up your eyes to the fact that there is more than one right way to live true to yourself. And because you can't control everything in life, sometimes you have to be flexible. You need to hold your dreams and intentions in your mind, but at the same time, be open to life carrying you with its current. And going through a period of being lost can help you understand this. There are things that I appreciate about feeling lost and not having a sense of direction. One, it's easier to put things in perspective. When nothing is certain and defined, it's easier to see how the world works. When you're focused on pursuing a goal and know exactly what you want, your vision is narrow, and you fix your gaze on that goal and simply try to get there. But when you're floating free, not knowing what you want, you take in a bigger variety of information. You have fewer expectations, and because of that, your mind operates with less filtering. And another thing is you get a chance to know yourself better. Feeling lost is typically a period when you reassess your social connections, and we look at our friendships, workplace, family, and ask, is this the environment I want to be in? And who am I when I'm not with them? Another thing is you ask questions you didn't dare ask before. When you live in a stable, secure life for too long, you stop questioning things. You learn to take social norms and habits for granted because that's just how things are. And sometimes you can't see that the downsides of such a complacent attitude until you feel lost and start questioning reality. Another thing is you have nothing to lose. And that's one of the best feelings ever. When you feel like you've touched rock bottom or that your life is falling apart, you have nothing to lose. And this doesn't imply you have to literally hit rock bottom, lose all your money, and become homeless. No, sometimes all it takes is a deep realization that your old life isn't working. And by putting it on the line, you're not risking much because you don't want that life anyway. And so that being said, everyone feels lost from time to time. And it's only human to search, wonder, and struggle to find the way home once in a while. Because if we didn't, we wouldn't be able to change, ask questions, and grow into new versions of ourselves. So feeling lost can be a gift if you only choose to look at it this way. It's a state that presents opportunities you can't see when you live your life according to a predictable schedule. So if you're feeling lost right now, please enjoy it. Please enjoy it. And remember, no one has it all figured out. Not even the smartest person in this world. No one has it figured out. Okay? Don't cut yourself some slack, buana. And I know it's hard to know what to do when you feel lost. And a good place to start is to spend time acknowledging and understanding why you're feeling that way. Even though it might be painful or frustrating, feeling lost can become an opportunity for growth. Okay? Msikufe roho. It's not all lost. And sometimes it just doesn't make sense, especially when you hear it from someone else. You're like, you don't know what I'm going through. Yes, I don't know. But I can tell you for a sure fact that with what I've gone through in my own capacity and I have felt lost, it was not all lost. So there's always some light at the end of the tunnel. I hope this episode has really encouraged someone out there who was feeling like I don't really know where to head to. I don't know what to do. I'm just by myself going through all these things. Imagine you're not by yourself. Kwanza sahi venye hii economy imetandika kila mtu. You're not by yourself. If you just opened up to talk to someone and they told you their problems, you'd probably go back home and start thanking God for all the great things He's done for you, because there are people going through it. There are people going through the most out here. Let's try to be more grateful, more appreciative. And when we feel lost, let's just know that it's not lost. We are on the right track. We are in the right space, because if you're not feeling lost, then you're comfortable, you know? And it doesn't also mean that you now dwell in the lostness so that you're not comfortable. We're just trying to say that it's okay to feel lost. Well, that is all for today, guys. And as I keep reminding you guys, if you do require therapy services, I am offering pro bono services. Yani, what is the point of you going to pay a therapist all that amount and I'm over here begging you guys to come to come and, let's have these conversations. Let's help each other get out of these feelings or the emotions and the motions of life that are stressing us out. I am here. I'm not charging anything. Just reach out to me in my DM, in the comment sections. I will really appreciate. And I hope to look forward to y'all. Those who have already gotten into the sessions, thank you so much, Manze. And I'm so grateful to hear that it's been great feedback. It's been good growth for the period of weeks that we've been carrying out our sessions together. I hope many more will come in and join us. Otherwise, that's all for today. I really hope that you may find favor and high regard in both the sight of God and man.